The gurus told you to find a rich person's problem and solve it. But is that the best approach? Today, we're going to be talking about how to find your niche and how to walk in alignment with what you feel called to do. Welcome to the Brand Bridge, the podcast that is for women entrepreneurs, where we talk about identity, messaging, entrepreneurship, faith, mindset, and all of the things that you need to build a compromise-free brand. My name is Melissa, and today we are going to be talking about how to know what your niche is. This is always a hot topic. It's always a topic that comes up a lot when we are growing our business, starting a business, and really wanting to get to the next level that we see for ourselves. And I know that for me and for the clients that I work with, the alignment and the ambition comes when you can get clarity on what it is that you feel called to do. What is it that you are here to do? What you are here to build? What you are here to create? And who specifically is that for? And I heard something that one of the big creators, the big gurus were saying that if you solve rich people's problems, you'll make more money. And I really, when I heard that, my heart sank a bit because I feel like if you feel called to start a business, if you are building a brand, you're building a business, and you really have the heart and a heart for the people that you feel called to serve and the problem you feel called to answer, then it's not about trying to find a rich problem to solve. It's just about solving the problem that you actually have the experience, that you have a story around. And when you come from that place where you know it's not, I just didn't learn this from a textbook, but I actually experienced this. I lived this. I wish I had someone or something the same of what I'm creating when I was going through my struggle. And, we really say that your ideal client is the old version of you, is the person that you needed, the person that you wish you had, or the service that you wish you had when you were going through your struggles. And so for me, I really connect with people who are basically at a crossroads, who have that decision to make about their business of, am I going to go, we're looking left, we might be looking right, but we really need to go straight. And sometimes it's scary, right? It's scary to put your flag down in the ground and say, this is what I do and this is who it's for. Because we know in our heart that we can work with and we can help so many people. But really, if you're honest with yourself, and we need to be honest with ourselves, the problem that you solve is for a specific group of people. It's not necessarily a rich person's problem, but there's people out there, because we are not showing up with the right attitude, with the right heart. There are people who are continuing to struggle. There's people who are continuing to stay in their challenge because we are literally blocking the blessing from helping them get to where they need to be and solving the problem that is on their heart. And we are all created differently. We all have different gifts. We all have different talents. We all have different skills that we've developed, that we've learned. And it's for a specific group of people. And so when you can decide in your heart and in your business that this is who it's for, this is who I can help, and this is how I help them, everything else from there is going to it's going to just flow so much easier, and it's going to be more effortless because now you're not trying to think about a lead magnet that might be good, or You're not creating a product, a digital product that might be good. You're actually creating something that your audience, your clients need, and that you would actually use yourself. And I think that when we can recognize that your lead magnet, your digital product, whatever it is you feel like you want to create for your clients, for your audience, for your community, it has to be something that you yourself would use or you yourself would want, and not just think about, oh, you know what? I think they need this. I think this would be good. If you wouldn't use it yourself, if it's something that you've just created and now it's just sitting there and maybe you're not even talking about it, there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. And the reason is that it's just not good. Like, just plain and simple. If you can't talk about your offer, if you can't talk about your service, if you can't easily talk about your lead magnet, your digital product, whatever it is, it's probably not good. Or you don't, or maybe it's good, but there's some disconnect there. There's something that's misaligned because somewhere in you, you're not sure if people would actually buy this because you think it's good. You think it's something that you need. You think it's something that one of your clients said one time and you're like, oh, I'm going to make this because this person said that this would be good. Or we're looking online and we're seeing other digital products that are similar. And so we're like, yeah, like this is working for this person. Maybe I should create one too. I should do the same thing. And it's not going to work because you're not going to feel aligned to it. You're not going to feel connected to it. And you're not going to want to really talk about it because there's something not sitting well with you around it. And I think that that's really important. And I think that we don't have that conversation with ourselves enough about, am I really in the right place? And am I really speaking to the right people? We sometimes we're thinking about money more than, it's almost a subconscious thing. Like, we don't even realize that the thing that's driving our decision is this going to make me money? And I think that, yes, it's important. Of course, we have businesses. We want to make money in our businesses. We want to help people. And if we make more money, we can help more people. But if the driver of the decision is, will this make me money, instead of who is this going to help, that is different. And then the what we produce is going to be different. Because when we're thinking, is this going to make me money? Then we're not thinking about the problem and who it's for. We're just thinking about the dollar signs that are going to come with this. And I think that we don't talk about this enough, that you're going to make more money when you actually know who the client is. And you might think, well, my audience is so small. Like, I really want to reach more people because I want to help more people. We can't think of it like that. We all have a responsibility to the people that we are called to serve, whether that's a big audience or a small audience, because we don't know the impact that we make on people if we just even help one person. Maybe that one person is the catalyst to helping millions of people. We don't know. And when we try to be the one that's helping the millions of people, we might actually be doing a disservice to the people who are stuck, to the people who are in their challenge, who the people who are struggling and suffering, because we aren't showing up really carrying what we have. We feel like we should be carrying something different, carrying something more, because we think in our minds, well, this is who I want to help. But is it who you should be helping? Do you have the capacity, the energy, the experience to help the people that you think you should be helping or that you want to help? And there's a big difference there, because there might be people we want to help, but do we have the tools, the resources? Are we equipped to help those people? And I think that when we get stuck in who should I help, which audience has like the most money that I can help, we get stuck because now we're trying to think about what does this person need, and we're trying to think of like digital products or an offer to try to fit and match that person that we're trying to attract, instead of just seeing and realizing, okay, who have I been working with? What is my story? What have I personally overcome that I can speak to, that I am a witness to, that I can easily speak about? What is it that I'm here to bring that I have? What scar can I speak from? Not the wound, not the thing that still hurts, not the thing that's still open, but that scar that's closed. And you're like, I remember when this happened, and now you can easily speak about it. Who are those people? Who are those people? Because there's people that you are equipped to help right now. And that's what you need to tap into. And that's who you need to tap into. Not who you want, but who can you help? Who are you here to help? And we have to leave our ego aside because, yes, can we help everyone? Sure. But we're not here to help everyone. We're here to help each other. And that's what a community builds. It's like, I'm bringing this and you're bringing that, and another person's bringing something else. But we have to be honest with ourselves that we can't help everyone and we're not supposed to. And just to see who it is that I'm supposed to help. There's actually a story in the Bible, and it's basically Jesus and the apostle Peter are talking. They're having conversation. And the apostle Peter says, they're just talking about things that Peter would probably do in his life. And then Peter points and he says, well, what about that guy? And he points at the apostle John. And Jesus looks at him and he says, don't worry about him. I told you to follow me. And I think that's such a beautiful thing for all of us to remember, is that it's not about comparing what we're doing with what somebody else is doing or what we think we should be doing or whatever. It's, what is it that you are supposed to be doing? What is it that you specifically are called to do? And when you can tap into that, you will find what your niche is. It's not about searching high and low to find like a group of people that you can speak to. It's about understanding, what do I carry? What is my story? What's my experience? What have I overcome that now I can help others overcome? Whether it's for rich people or whether it's not, you will feel so much more aligned and so much more fulfilled when you can tap into who it is you are here to serve. And so let's talk a little bit more practically. How can you do that? Well, think about the skills that you have. Think about the experience. Think about your story. Think about the things that you have overcome, the challenges that you've learned to navigate, the things that you've done, and the resources you used and the tools that you used to get those answers, to find that solution that now you can easily speak about and speak to. Because when you can speak to that place of, I recognize you, I see you, I hear you, I feel you, I've been there, and now I want to help you to overcome those things too. That's your niche. That's who you feel called to serve. The people have a look around and seeing who are the people that always seem to come to you. For myself in my business, when I started noticing that there's a very specific type of person, even though I was trying to, at a certain point, I was trying to speak to another group of people, it was always the same group of people that I would work with. It was always the people with the same kind of heart, the people with the same kind of troubles, the people with the same kind of way of that they saw themselves and that they see themselves. And also people who are at a crossroads, who are just saying, you know what, I'm building momentum, but I need structure now. I need to just make a stand that I'm for these people. I want to help these people and I'm going forward. And so that's what I had to do. That's something that I've overcome or I'm overcoming. And it's also about identity. It's about knowing who you are, because that's where your decision making is going to come from. What do you believe? What do you value? How do you see things? What's your perspective? What's your point of view? Those things, when you can get those things clear in your mind as well, it's going to be so much easier for you to make an aligned decision in your business of where you want to go, what you want to do, what do you want to create. When you know this at the root, who are you? And I always say this, who you are is more important than what you do. When you can tap into and know who you are, who you're becoming, this will help you, like I said, make the decisions that you need to make in order to help the people that you are here to help. So get a piece of paper out tonight, and I want you to write out all of the things that you're good at. Whether you think it makes sense for your business, that's not relevant. I want you to write all of the things that you're good at. If you're a good listener, write I'm a good listener. If you're good at, making pancakes before everyone else gets up, write that too. Just write anything that's like good, that's unique, that you do really well and that you do effortlessly, or that people come to you for. Write all of those things down. Even if you've been in business 10 years, 20 years, 4 months, one day, it doesn't matter how long you've been in business. You're going to see something different because we are always growing. We are always getting closer to who we've been created to be. And so when you write all those things down, you might actually surprise yourself. And even ask somebody that's close to you, what do you think is something that is a skill? What is a word that you associate with me? You might be surprised at the answers that you get. So thank you so much for joining today. If you feel like this episode resonated with you and you feel like, you know what, there's something that I'm not clear about in my brand, I would love for you to take my free quiz. The link is in the description for you to see what is the exact next step that you should be taking in your business to get the clarity of your brand and to take the very next step in order to get to the next layer and the next level that you see for yourself. And like I always say, I hope that you live with heart, lead with purpose, and do both compromise free. Until next time, bye.